Alright, stage 4 of first flight special event. See the Valkyries ride. Watching your raw speed around the track made me think of all the lap records you're going to break during these events, and that gave me some inspiration for today's challenge. Everybody's got ideas, don't we? Oh gee. I'm sure you're familiar with the current king of the lap records, the Porsche 919 Hybrid Evo. Don't tell me I'm going up against 919 Hybrid Evo. My goodness. Unfortunately, isn't here today. Okay, so at least we don't have to race against that on in stage 4, I'm assuming. Alright, with that being said, goal 1, need to lap Eric's car under 3 minutes 30 seconds. What's he driving that I'm gonna be able to lap him? Alright, we got 3 laps, but we already know 3 minutes 30 seconds. I mean, a lap takes about minute 30. And is that Targa? Yeah, that's Targa. Okay, so that makes it, I suppose, doable challenge. Alright, so no damaging. I don't think we need to be too concerned about that one since there are only 2 of us on the track. So, and no off track, so that would be the thing to be careful. And let's see, how would we figure out? I think, how big is the Nürburgring Grand Prix? Somewhere around 5 kilometers, I want to say, right? So we can see, I guess we can tell by what kind of lead that we have on Eric to figure out how close we are to actually lapping. The closer we get to essentially 5,000 meter lead, that much we are closer to completing this goal. So just have to keep it clean and don't go off track, right? And the final chicane, that little mashed area is not considered off track in the game, so you can make the angle a little bit more straighter. Alright, and yeah, first lap I think I passed under like around minute 28, so that's a decent showing. So I'm assuming, let's see, and alright, so and we're about halfway in cutting, or not cutting, building the lead, basically cutting the 5,000 meter distance target into about half, and now we're building on it. 3 kilometer lead, so a couple more kilometers to add to that lead to get anywhere near the range of overtaking. Alright. It's like 58 seconds in the sector 2. And we are under about 50 seconds left on this target. I know, cutting that corner pretty aggressively, but in the game that is not considered off track, so alright, even faster, actually by quite a bit. Something about carrying that speed from the previous lap, right? Alright, so we're about 25 seconds and we are closing in on Eric's Targa. And yeah, so about 5,000 and change. Alright, so we got 10 seconds left and there he is. So we'll kind of hang out behind and we'll overtake after the corner here with about seconds still left on the clock. 3:28 and change. Right on. That's pretty good showing. With some spare time left on the clock. Nice way to finish a goal, right? And let's see. Yep, 1974 911 Targa. Classic. But, you know, not exactly a fast car in the game. It's got more of that old world charm, you know, so I do like that car. Anyway, that does it for goal 1. Let's move on. It's mega quick. I couldn't win, really, in Targa. What car can you beat in Targa in Real Racing 3? Not many. Alright. Sight of the Valkyrie on track at such speed was mesmerizing, and now we get to show 2 of them at speed with today's friendly race. Ahmed is going to hop in his Valkyrie, I suppose, and go on to goal 2 here. What's he asking for? Alright. Huh. So they just want us to finish at the finish in 10th place at the end of this stint. So not just at at the end of first lap and then try to overtake, but just alright, well, you know what? I get a feeling it's gonna be a multi-goal span storyline here. So let's move up on the grid and see who's up ahead. At the tail end we saw some P1 GTR, and obviously Ahmed was at the end, and that looks like a Venom GT, a bright yellow Venom GT. Hennessy. Alright. I want to say Hennessy still holds the title of highest top speed, at least on spec. Is there a place where you can really achieve that highest speed on spec in the game anywhere? Well, it depends, right? Alright, so we got the 918 Visec package, Ahmed of course in his Valkyrie, and the P1 GTR. I'm gonna say he is definitely gonna be the strong contender in this grid. Yeah, Venom GT I don't think will fare nearly as well, just simply because it's so slippery. It just does not have the grip necessary to be able to handle the kind of speed it can put out. So, alright. And they asked for me to finish in P10. Not just first lap, but the actual, goal here. So, at some point, I'm gonna have to let everybody pass. Just about. I think there were 12 cars in the grid, so everyone but the slowest 2 I'll have to let go. But for now, let's see. I'll try to stay with the lead pack. Maybe we'll slow down right about now, and then let the others kind of pass. There goes 918. Who else? Come on. Where are you? There you go. I think that was Venom GT, and that's 911 RS GT2. Green one is Veneno. You'll always spot that green. And was that the 600 LT, the blue one? And the Koenigsegg, right? CCXR. And that would put me in P10. Alright, so just need to not overtake anybody anymore. As tempting as it is, must hold back. Alright, and we have 2 laps. I feel like this is just a way to get us to service the car more frequently. If I didn't VIP this car, that would, yeah, I would get a little frustrated by this layout of the game, if you will. It's like 2 laps, finishing 10th, really? Is that really necessary? Alright, so very easy goal. And it wasn't like 10th or better. They asked for 10th. So my thought is if you finished at a higher rank, they probably would have failed you. I can't confirm because I, am not going to try it. But let's see. 311. Looks like P1 GTR did come in at on top at the end, and there I am. Didn't really try that hard. Obviously, minute 43 for the best lap with the Nissan GTR and the Vantage AMR Pro rounding out the bottom of the grid. But yeah, look at that. So many service bars taken out. 2 laps around Grand Prix circuit will do it. Alright, so that is good enough for goal 2. Staying at the back of the field. Probably time to move up. Alright, so who's talking? Goal 3. We need to get to 2nd place. I am assuming we're starting in P10, and by him, I think they're referring to Ahmed in the lead. Alright, so yeah, okay, yeah. Alright, and this one, it said 1 lap, but this is more like nearly 2 full laps, and we are not starting in P10, we're starting in P12. Not that it really matters, since the 2 cars that we overtake very beginning are extremely slow in this grid. Entirely different class of cars. Fun cars, but just not in the right competition here. Okay, pass on the outside of CCXR. And then chase down 911. Alright, not Targa though. GT2 RS, that's a very, well, what they call it? King of the Ring, right? Good car. And the Veneno, yes, that big green machine. Always leaves a bit more handling to be desired. And we got a Vulcan, a Duracell copper top, right? And somehow, Nismo. Nissan GTR was in P4. How did that sneak in there? Alright, so we got a couple of more ranks to climb up. And I'm assuming we need to overtake a P1 GTR still. And which one have we not seen yet? Did we pass Venom? Or 918? We haven't passed 918. And this one, the big green stripe down the center, that's gotta be the P1 GTR. There we go. And one more to overtake. I want to say that's got to be the 918 Visec package Spider. And it is. There we go. Finishing in P2 as requested. Alright. 2 minute 31 seconds and change. Alright. And yeah, these goals are all requesting that we don't damage or go off track. I think there's a bit of grace period for off track, so maybe a second or two off track, just like clipping corners here and there, might be allowed. But as long as you don't just like, you know, skid out and go make any egregious corner cutting, I think you should be okay. But yeah, look at that. That's another almost 2 full laps, which means more servicing. So yeah, and I'm expecting in the series this car is featured in, there's got to be some long races, I hope so, that we can farm with. But anyway, that takes us to the final goal of the stage, where, well, get out there and win. Right. Okay. You got 2 laps to do it, and now the PR recommendation is up to 107.3, so deficit is growing between my PR, which is stock 95.5, and what's recommended. And so far goals, not too bad. Certainly the stage 4 goals are pretty pedantic, I would say. Alright, and Ahmed is right in front, so I think this one's gotta be relatively straightforward challenge. So after this outlet, we got 2 laps, and I'm like practically on his tail already, so bots always overcompensate around these corners. Whoa, speaking of overcompensating, yeah, braking way too much. He can take these corners much quicker, so the challenge for me in this event, in this goal, is making sure that I don't rear end Ahmed too hard, because we're not allowed to damage the car, at least not too severely. A little bit of bumping and grinding, I think it's okay, as you noticed. And I'll try to keep this, let's say, competitive. Obviously I can take off and just leave him in the dust, but I'll keep him at bay, you know, keep me company, keep me entertained. Though I probably should watch my back. There's acceleration on Valkyrie, pretty impressive. They can sneak up on you pretty quickly if you're not paying attention. So, and then of course once they take off, then it's, you know, chasing one down does take a bit of effort. So best to stay in the lead. At least that's my strategy. Whoa, speaking of, oh, he really backed out on that one as soon as I made a little bit of a defensive move once again. Alright, Ahmed behaving. I appreciate that. And yeah, so some contact there, but nothing too egregious or severe. So it's all good. And then now that we're approaching, well, I mean, we're more than halfway through this goal, so yeah, let's now keep more of a, at least try to build more of a safe distance, since I still have to win. And of course, when you're trying, he's right behind you. Oh boy. Go. Just let up on the gas just a little bit. I don't think that was necessary. There's a lot of track on the other side. And through the final chicane and the final right-hander, where we merge with the green hell. Alright. 3:32 and change. So obviously, I did take my sweet time. Alright, 2,500 fame points. It's alright. Alright, so Ahmed right on my tail for that one. And third place, good 10 seconds behind. And P1 GTR. Alright, so I mean, I got VIP. No need for putting the car in for service at the end of this stage. But if you don't have VIP, don't forget to do that. And for completing stage 4, where you get to pick up 100,000 just racing dollars. I know 100,000 sounds like a lot, but yeah. And 20 gold, now that we're talking. Ahmed, it looks like you have some ways to go with your racecraft. Have you heard of Magnus's turbo burst driving program? He's got a driving program? What? I do not need an instruction from a driver I have already vanquished in Australia. Ooh. Show my talent at our next stop, Spa-Francorchamps. Alright, so we're heading to Belgium for stage 5 tomorrow, it looks like. So, alright, that should be exciting. But that will have to wait till tomorrow. So, thanks for watching. And stay tuned for stage 5, apparently at Spa. Alright, take care.